So what was that process like diving deep into it, networking? Like I
Mhm.
just for me, I have a professor who's harped on networking. Like this is how you get a job pretty much for the most part is like network, network, network. And being at Penn State, plenty of connections across
Yep.
across any industry. What was did you have a go-to like contact? Like this is the first person I'm going to try and get in touch with in order to get a better feel for the business?
It's not even like that first person you go to, right? It's your professors telling the truth. It's network, network, network. See how many people you can connect with. And to be honest, that doesn't end once you're in the industry. Once you're in the industry, it's still network, network, network. But for me and my journey, I put feelers out there. My uncle was my mentor. He was somebody that I always looked up to, would always give me advice. I told him, being in New York, this was something I wanted to do. So my uncle was like, aunt by marriage, of course, his wife was like, I have a cousin that does something, right? Because that's what everyone thinks when you're in
Yeah,
sports.
it's always like my brother's dogs, cats, uncles. Like it's something strange just off the path like that.
Yeah, deep, deep connection and tie to it, right? Like it's
Yeah.
never really firsthand. But he was actually in sports marketing. So
Wow.
this was probably my going into my senior year that summer. And it was like kind of like, oh, well, he does something, you're around the athletes, maybe you guys can figure it out. So again, networking, finding a way, and thankfully through that family member down the line, because who would have thought that by marriage and then a cousin that it would actually connect dots. But thankfully for me, it worked out, and he happened to be a partner of one of the premier sports marketing agencies at the time, focused on primarily NFL players. And I remember almost a year later, I was going into what was that? That was probably spring break, and I went to LA for an interview, and like it was perfect. I was able to stay connected and thankfully land that job directly out of college where I was doing athlete relations, just connecting with the guys and whatever task they had, I was willing and ready to do.